Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Honorable former Chief Justice, Supreme Court, former judges of the Honorable Supreme Court, Honorable Chief Justice, Balochistan High Court, Honorable fellow judges, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. A very good evening. It is a privilege to address you all today on the occasion of Pakistan International Disputes Weekend 2023 with such a prestigious audience. I welcome all the speakers and participants, especially those who flew in from different parts of the world to attend this event. I express my gratitude to the organizers of this forum for arranging this event and uniting the distinguished luminaries of the legal and associated fields under one roof. The panel discussion that took place throughout the day were quite impactful and will play a keynote in aligning our vision for the legal landscape for Pakistan's future. I truly hope our speakers were able to transfer some fraction of their knowledge to the audience. The insights and expertise offered by the extreme speakers all culminate and focus on the essential issue that gravely affects us as a society, the state of the legal landscape in our country. I stand before you all today with a deep sense of responsibility that is entrusted upon each member of the judiciary. The responsibility of the judiciary of Pakistan in carrying the weight of efficient and expeditious resolution of disputes and upholding access to justice for the largest province of the country with a population of more than 110 million based in 42 districts. As we all know, the Constitution of Islamic Republic of Pakistan promises inexpensive and expeditious justice, and it is the duty of the High Court to deliver the constitutional promise and protect the fundamental rights of every citizen granted through the Constitution. Speedy and efficacious justice is one of them. We all can agree on the fact that the influx of cases in Pakistan supersedes the rate of their resolutions. Our courts are flooded with cases, and the demand for justice continues to increase every day. It is not humanly possible for approximately 4,000 judges around Pakistan who work even extended hours to resolve the millions of backlog of cases pending in Pakistan. And as a result, the judge-to-case ratio becomes imbalanced on account of limited resources. Pakistan is traditionally litigious society with biggest challenge of the huge amount of frivolous litigation that comes to the courts. We will be amazed to know that civil judge deals with approximately 200 and 250 cases per day, where he is expected to issue notices, stay orders, record evidence, issue short orders, conduct trials, as well as issue judgments. In my humble opinion, the district judiciary exceeds capacity in terms of its performance, and that is truly commendable and should be appreciated. I do not claim that everything is perfect. All I want to bring before this audience is that my judiciary is trying its level best to deliver expeditious and efficient disposal of cases. Any further change is dynamic and requires the active input of the state as well as every citizen to commence change on a personalized micro level. With highly limited resources and with the everyday addition of population, there are a number of changes that require immediate attention, and we at the Lahore High Court are working actively with a number of proposals under consideration that may help in speedy and efficacious resolution of cases. However, we must all recognize that judicial system cannot function in isolation of achieving the level of efficiency we desire. The responsibility for the provision of resources and framework that nurses a supportive environment for efficacious and speedy dispute resolutions befalls the state primarily. The state is required to take concrete steps to facilitate the dispensation of speedy justice, including the provisions of necessary infrastructure and courtrooms, assignment of appropriate resources, deployment of more personnel, as well as enacting the relevant laws that may serve the purpose. The duty of the judiciary is to ensure the maximization of these facilities and utilize them skillfully to attain speedy and efficacious justice. Contrary to popular belief, the issue of delay justice is not limited to Pakistan only, as even the global best practices to bear the burden of expensive litigation and delay the worth of years when it comes to litigation. Despite court system performing at optimal capacity, developed jurisdictions such as the United Kingdom do face a disparity when it comes to their system of litigation. To supplement the delay and make it up for expensive litigation, global best practices are slowly moving away from the traditional court system to the alternatives. In fact, our neighboring countries have also begun reaping benefits from this alternative approach and have advanced their system of resolve. We understand and acknowledge that it is about due time for Pakistan to follow suit and begin incorporating alternative methods of dispute resolution in its existing framework. On its own initiative, the Lahore High Court has cognizant of incorporating procedure within the existing judicial framework to bring about efficiency in the institution and disposal of cases. The Lahore High Court introduced ADR as a mandatory exercise in civil sources by adding Order 9A and B, notifying it on 15th August 2018. The Lahore High Court introduced admin courts as a result of amendments to the Civil Procedure Code. The idea of admin courts was to segregate the workload of the trial court and the introduction of admin courts paved the pathway for the introduction of commercial courts. Although the efficiency of admin courts is yet to reach its desired potential, however, the initiative of segregation and sharing of workload has been effective in unloading the burden of trial courts. The landmark initiatives of the establishment of commercial courts took place with the untiring efforts of my learned brothers, Mr. Justice Shahid Kareem and Mr. Justice Jawad Hassan. The culmination of their efforts was the Punjab Commercial Courts Ordinance 2021. The ordinance provides for a legal regime for the whole of Punjab for early resolution of commercial disputes and expeditious disposal of commercial litigation of specified value. Although the ordinance has lapsed, we are still committed to the continuation of this project. I have been actively involved in the redrafting of the Commercial Courts Act, which has been finalized, but unfortunately, due to resolution of the Punjab Assembly, the same is pending approval. I'm hopeful that whichever new government will be formed, the Commercial Courts Act will be enacted by the Punjab Assembly. Ladies and gentlemen, as the Chief Justice of the Lahore High Court, I have made myself committed to incorporating the necessary changes. In all good faith, I have actively participated in drafting the amended Punjab ADR Act 2019, amended 2023. Back in 2021, when I took oath as a Chief Justice, being an administrative head, I established a Directorate of Judicial and Case Management and delegated the responsibility to devise a plan for rational fixation and speedy disposal of cases so that the backlog of cases could be settled. Along with these responsibilities, this directorate was empowered to monitor the activities of judicial and case completion wings of this institution. This step has enabled our case management system to align itself with the rest of the world by incorporating the digitalization into its system. The introduction of a case management system in Pakistan has been successful in periodically smoothing out the archives of abundant case law. This move has transitioned the layout and traditional setup of case management towards a more advanced setup which saves time and cost. In consequence to this fixation policy, we have witnessed a significant decrease in the disposal of the cases and significant reduction of pendency of the cases. It is pertinent to mention here that during this time period, 182,770 cases were decided, while the institution of cases were 168,560. So considering the institution of the cases and previous pendency of the backlog of the cases is reduced by 14,522. Therefore, the pendency of the cases in Lahore High Court, Lahore is 1,79,392. A more recent initiative to create a faster and more reliable process undertaken by Lahore High Court is Case Flow Management System. Case Flow Management System is an automated system that allows cases to be processed under a no adjournment culture. These automation efforts will improve data management and allow better accessibility of information. Case flow management system has recently gone into a live testing phase, already having the distinction of being the first High Court of Pakistan to develop its mobile app. The Lahore High Court is now working to introduce the concept of automated courts, starting with a pilot project on e-filing of cases under the same system. This will help the court become a paper-free institution, keeping in line with our commitment towards combating climate change. Alongside reduction in paper printing and storage costs, transitioning to online system will reduce the risk of documents being misplaced, damaged, or misfiled. Risk of, moreover, online digital files will be easily searchable and can be accessed as well as shared remotely. Here I must recognize and appreciate the efforts of my brother Justice Shujat Ali Khan regarding the establishment of the case flow management system. We are also in process of restructuring the website of Lahore High Court to increase transparency for all stakeholders, especially those who are hesitant to visit offices. The website of the Lahore High Court contains all the information with respect to judicial officers, beginning with civil court judge, class 3 to district judge in Punjab. It will keep the stakeholders aware of availability and composition of the bench well before time. Furthermore, it will also contain the latest judgment approved for reporting and articles for law students to create a robust and informed legal community. Ladies and gentlemen, the Lahore High Court is also receptive to foreign arbitral awards which are absolutely implemented in letter and spirit. The then Honorable Chief Justice of the Lahore High Court, Honorable Mr. Justice Mansoor Ali Shah, now the Judge of the Honorable Supreme Court, came up with a revolutionary approach to establish alternative dispute resolution ADR centers in all 36 districts of Punjab, with 72 dedicated judges to help parties achieve an amicable resolution to their disputes to refer a matter of ADR center. The judges in these centers were trained by the Punjab Judicial Academy to help parties reach a settlement through mediation, and 45 to 50% success rate was recorded at that time. I'm of the firm belief that no effort for judicial reform can succeed without the positive cooperation of the bar. The bar has played a crucial role in promoting ADR in many countries, and we hope members of bar in Pakistan can extend same support to us as well. Thank you. The courts are the courts are interested and looked upon as being able to offer the most effective, responsive, and appropriate methods for resolving disputes. However, other methods of dispute resolutions are based on the understanding that adjudication can be supplemented by the incorporation of additional methods to resolve disputes. As disputes differ widely in nature, courts should support alternatives to the traditional resolution path. It is known that ADR does not work in isolation, but rather works in conjunction with court system. I'm pleased to learn that the, the Chartered Institute of Arbitrator Pakistan branch arranged a global authorized certified mediation training in collaboration with the Islamabad High Court for a cohort of 50 legal practitioners. Mediators who pass the examination on globally certified standards are now enlisted with the Islamabad High Court as the first set of neutrals for Pakistan. I hope to include the system of enlisting neutrals in the Lahore High Court as well through the training of legal practitioners in Lahore. It allows our legal practitioners to develop an additional skill set which aids them in the expeditious resolution of disputes in addition to their traditional approach to resolution. Ladies and gentlemen, litigants must be encouraged to preempt disputes and put in place mechanisms of dispute audience and settle disputes through other methods of dispute resolution wherever possible to avoid unnecessary litigation. Not just individual citizens, but it is also imperative that the government and the legislature recognize the importance of judicial system and try to equip the judicial system with resources and support they need. With the input of different individuals and executive organs, the possibility of a more just and equitable society becomes more eminent. Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, our aim as representatives of the judicial system is to ensure that the end user, the ordinary citizen, is able to swiftly resolve his disputes. A balanced, impartial, expeditious, and cost-effective dispute resolution procedure is fundamental to creating a more confident consumer and user environment. In fact, the Constitution of Pakistan places particular emphasis on upholding the constitutional rights of citizens. And to reach this end, Pakistan International Dispute Weekend 2023 is of particular importance as it motivates us to simplify the current legal landscape to ultimately benefit the most affected. Pakistan International Dispute Weekend 2023 is promising in terms of creating awareness and opening a portal towards a new dimension in Pakistan's litigation landscape. I'm honored to be a part of the upcoming change, which I'm sure will lead a better and brighter future for Pakistan. It was lovely speaking on this forum. Thank you very much.